Welcome. In this video, I will explain you about the Ohm's law. Ohm's law basically explains the relation between voltage, current, and resistance. If we see the basic formula of Ohm's law, we can write it like this: I is equal to V by R, or V is equal to I into R. So where V is the voltage, I is the current, and R is the resistance. And unit of voltage is volts is voltage, unit of current is amps, and unit of resistance is ohms. Here let's see the relation between voltage, current and resistance. Current is directly proportional to voltage and current is inversely proportional to resistance. So if I combine the equation 1 and equation 2, I can write it like I current is proportional to V by R. If I want to remove the proportionality sign, I have to write some constant. If I replace the proportionality sign with the equal sign, so finally it will become like current is equal to K into V by R, where the value of K is 1. If I put the value of K here is 1, so finally it become like this: I is equal to V by R. So we don't need to write K here because K is 1. So let's go for the example and simulation. So if I go for the example, in example 1, current is 2 amps, I is equal to 2, resistance is 3 ohm, and what will be the voltage? If we write in the formula, V is equal to I into R, so it would be a 6 volt, where I is 2 and R is 3 ohm. 2 into 3 is equal to 6 volt. Let's go for the example. Here you can see in the simulation, here I have 2 amps of current source and resistance is 3 ohm. What would be the voltage? Voltage should be 6 volt. If I run this simulation, so you can see 2 amps of current, resistance is 3 ohm, the voltage drop is 6 volt. Here is the constant current source with 2 amps. Another source is the voltage source. Here you can see the voltage is 6 volt, but the current is 0. Why? Because you can see this loop is open. Any open terminal have the infinity resistance. So if we write the infinity in the formula, you can see why the current in the second loop is 0. Go for the example 2. Here the formula I write I is equal to V by R. So voltage is 6. You can see the voltage is 6 volt. And resistance is infinity because this terminal is open. Any open terminal has the infinity resistance. So if you should know that anything divided by infinity is equal to 0. So if I put these value in the formula, I is equal to 6 by infinity, so I would be 0. So that's why on this trace or on this path the current is 0. Here you can see is the 0 amps. So if I shift this switch to this path, so this path will be open and this path will be connected. So at that time the voltage will be 6 and resistance will be 3 ohm. So now you can see I write here, if voltage is 6 and resistance is 3, the current should be 2 amps according to the formula. So let's go for the simulation and see. I just shift the switch. You can see 6 volt, 3 amps, and the current flow is 2 amps. So that is the basic about the Ohm's law. But if you have the here in by using the Ohm law, if you have the single resistance or the single component or the very simple circuit, you can find the voltage, current and resistance, their relationship, and you can find any unknown value. So but if you have like so let me show you the little complex circuit. So if you have the simple circuit, you can use the Ohm's law to find the voltage, current or resistance. If you know the two values, you can find the third value. In this circuit, if you see, here is the 4 volts. Voltage source across this circuit is 4 volt. So we know here that the total voltage across the whole circuit from this terminal to ground is 4 volt. But we don't know how much voltage is across this resistor and how much voltage is across this resistor. So to find here the voltage and current across each component, so Ohm's law is not enough for this circuit. So for these type of circuit, we also need to use Ohm's law with the help of KCL, Kirchhoff's current law, Kirchhoff voltage law, and some other voltage divider rule, and we need to use some other methods to solve the complex circuit. So that I would explain you in the next videos. So that was all about the Ohm's law. Thanks for watching.